Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umbaglo, and with me once again is...
Mechalomaniac. Hello, Internet.
Good day. Wow, it's been a while since the last time we recorded, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Christmas season ended and everything changed and was brighter and happier.
Yeah. So...
That didn't last that long, but you know.
Yeah, so... Basically, you've been kind of busy after the Christmas period ended. I've been kind of busy. Things have been starting to slow down a little bit, but...
Yeah, there wasn't really that much to do in the game anyway, aside
Yeah.
from the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
But there is now.
Especially since, like, for a lot of that period, the Foundry still wasn't really available.
Yeah.
Because they were still up, like, coming back from a patch. From a big patch. It is back now, though, so we should be able to start doing, like, highlighting a few more missions in a bit, but for now, we're actually here for a real reason, because just yesterday, Cryptic released Season 12, and with it, they added a new featured episode, a new reputation, the Lukari Restoration Initiative.
Yep.
A new battleground. If I just go here, what's
Two
new queues.
Space.
Yes, and they've also added a new R&D school to let you build kits and kit modules. And with that, they've actually added a new type of kit module, which is actually pretty fascinating. And maybe we'll see one soon. But for now, we're going to play the new featured episode.
The Lukari have discovered some unusual activity in an
Signs and portents.
Yeah. So we're going back to the Lukari story, since we've kind of finished off dealing with the Temporal Legion of Doom, at least for now.
We'd like you to join.
And we're also going to be involved with a new enemy faction. Let's see how they're pronouncing it. It should be like Zenkethi.
I believe it is Zenkethi. They were a race that was like mentioned once in Deep Space Nine, offhandedly. They did not have an appearance before this.
Right. And yeah, much like featured episodes, these also have a weekly award. These ones actually synergize with something that I'll talk about once we actually start the mission. So that's not what I wanted to do. So we're going to begin of Science and Portents.
Not to be confused with Signs and Portents, an episode from the first season of Babylon 5.
So in addition to...
I think.
In addition to this being a featured mission, this is also the 12th... it is the 7th anniversary of Star Trek Online.
I am General Rodek. Security advisor.
Oh yeah, so Cryptic has also gotten another actor back into...
As I say, is this Tony Todd?
I believe it actually is. They did have a thing a few weeks ago, a week or two ago, about how they were bringing back Rodek.
Oh, okay, that was... Okay, I thought Worf's brother was named something different.
Yes, because he had
This is another Klingon that Tony Todd played?
No, it's because... It is because he had his mind wipe, so Worf got him to be, like...
Oh, yeah, okay.
His identity changed.
Yeah, I totally forgot that happened.
Yeah, so did I. I forgot until I basically saw them talking about Rodek. As like basically giving the laydown of the character on the website.
Eager to begin the search.
So yeah,
I kind of wanted to ask him questions to repeatedly hear Tony Todd speak because his voice is amazing.
So as I was mentioning, this is the 7th anniversary of Star Trek Online, which actually means, even though I know that we have kind of joked about it before, they are entering into the same length of time that an actual show has
a
lasted.
number of long-range sensor probes to this sector recently.
But alongside it, much like Cryptic has done the last few years, is that there is an anniversary ship. And the anniversary ship is
this thing.
This thing that she's piloting.
Flying triangle.
Yeah, which actually looks good in model. Like the design.
Yeah.
So the design was voted on by the community, much like some of the last few, special ships that have been in. And yeah, like the art for a lot of the.
I'm not actually drunk. I was just flying by the thing to look at it.
The art for a lot of the prototype Lukari ships that Cryptic put up for vote, I didn't think a lot of them looked all that good.
No, because they're all. I mean, it is a simplistic shape because it's essentially a kind of triangle.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess
all the others were similarly like ovals or triangles or something like that.
Like some of them were kind of fascinating, but I didn't really think many of them looked good. Although one thing that I will say, kind of to their defense, is that Cryptic's like their prototype key art for these things, a lot of their ships have actually kind of looked real bad.
Yeah, it's just a mock-up.
Yeah, like I kind of remember that the when they were redoing the Jupiter class, like a lot of those ship models that they had people voting on were kind of bad, and the one that actually did win, I wasn't really keen on it at first, but when they finally put out the model, it looked nice. Speaking of models, I actually need to look to see if those 3D printed ones are out yet.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because Cryptic hasn't put an announcement yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on it. I imagine they would.
Yeah, since Cryptic sort of announced that they were doing this partnership, I'd imagine that they would want to make sure folks know that it was available.
Mm-hmm.
So I should look to see.
So that we can throw money at them.
Yeah, because I saw what those ships look like, and I want one. So like Cryptic normally does for the anniversaries, you'll get 400 of the tokens just for completing this mission once, and then it's another 40 tokens for doing the daily quest, which just like
Omega scanning.
Yeah, just like it has been for the anniversaries for years now. It's the Omega particle scanning, so not a big change from normal. The anniversary event is still basically what the anniversary event has always been. But I kind of like this ship. So in addition, with Season 12, like Cryptic normally does, there is a new lockbox. And this time, it is kind of a fascinating box.
It's a weird box.
It is a weird box. It is actually a really weird box, and I'm not entirely sure why these ships are in a lockbox. It is the undiscovered lockbox, which is basically ships, alternate versions of ships based on ones from the original series movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of strikes me as strange, not just because we already have a movie version ship as a regular C-store variant, or just plain acquirable normally anyway. It's just the lockbox ships have broadly tended to be stuff that CBS didn't want people to just have, for whatever reason. It's because they don't want Federation captains flying non-Federation ships, or because it's ships that the rights were kind of hard to get or whatever. Lockbox ships have tended to be that way because Cryptic was told that they didn't want those ships to be easy to come across. And when you've got what is essentially a Federation dreadnought from one of their regular movies, when there have been movie ships all throughout that you can like just straight up buy. Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Also, it's not like it's from a specific like movie.
Yeah, like based on the naming, you'd think it was actually like from a specific one, but yeah, it seems to be just like based on the old TOS movies in general. They look kind of nice though. But the most important one, this is the most important one, is that the new Lobie's ship is a T6 NX replica. And that's kind of amazing. Like, you know what? Since Cryptic finally actually added a T6 Constitution class, in fact, they've added 2 T6 Constitution classes, why not? But the difference here is that the T6 NX refit is based on the actual late series refit, the one that actually makes it look more like a modern Federation ship.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the T1 NX version, where it looks like it did at the beginning of the series. So it's got the white skin, it's got the Constitution style nacelles, like it's got that style,
and the like physical radar.
Yeah, the actual physical. Like that big dish. So it looks
for the deflector.
So it looks more like it came from the next generation, from the original series, as opposed to like whatever the NX originally looked like.
It looks less futuristic because it's more futuristic.
Yeah.
We have not detected any.
Because aesthetics apparently shifted back to the 1960s for a while. I mean, obviously, because real life.
Mm-hmm. I do think it looks nice, and it is definitely going to be my next Lobie store purchase. I just need to acquire some more Lobie crystals.
Well, yeah, you could always try for the new lockbox stuff.
Yeah, I could do that. Also, because the Kelvin stuff was just added to the Infinity lockbox. If I happen to get a bunch of Infinity
Around 50
lockboxes,
ships were involved.
I might get a little lucky.
Many were lightly armed, if at all.
But yeah, I might actually try and open up some of the undiscovered boxes as well, because like I actually kind of like the look of the new Federation ship in it. I can't remember if it's a destroyer or a dreadnought of some kind.
Dreadnought. All of them are dreadnought.
They're all dreadnoughts? Yeah.
Of the 3, they're all
Yeah.
dreadnoughts.
Oh yeah. Actually, I probably should specify because it is TOS era stuff. The lockbox prize is split over 3 ships, much like the JJ prize box. So there's there's a Federation dreadnought, a Romulan warbird. It's basically like a T-list variant.
Yeah, it's honestly, to me, it looks like they shoved a Tallis inside of like the front of a Tallis sticking out of a large like boxy thing.
Yeah, and then there's another Klingon not bird of prey, another Klingon battle cruiser. I think it actually is like a D7 variant or something.
It's again, it's like they shoved part of a D7 and mixed it with other stuff.
Yeah,
I kind of like the idea because it looks like they literally.
Thank you. What can I tell?
Sorry, I was distracted by the way that guy looked. It looks like they literally, like, the way they designed it looked like they were, the designers on the show would literally take the model parts and shove them together.
I wonder if that was the intent that they were going for.
Probably.
I can't remember what the other things that they added in that lockbox. I'll probably get one at some point here, and I'll be able to actually like take a look at it. But I actually can't remember what else is special. There was some kind of new cosmetic look, which I thought was kind of silly. if I remember right.
Someone heard. By all the gods, someone
Yeah,
heard
I'd
us
have to
signal.
look at
I'd
the stuff again, but it seems like an alright lockbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of surprised me a little bit, you know. Like I actually that wasn't really what I expected to be the next lockbox. But then again, like the stuff that could have been the next box, I think is also maybe a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
Like we'll probably see a Zenkathi one in 2 or 3 seasons.
Because we haven't technically seen the Zenkathi. Well, we have. They have put up dev logs of what Zenkathi stuff looks like, but we have not seen it. Assuming we'll see it in this mission.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't. For the record, I have not done this prior to now.
Yeah, actually, neither have I.
The planet nearby was hit by a proto-matter blast.
It is time for a reckoning. Zinket.
What else was I going to say? Also, like when they put out the concept of how they wanted the Zenkathi to work, like it sounded a lot like they were building a new Voth, because they were talking about them being like a very like defensive combat kind of race.
Whatever the Zink target their cruisers first, if possible.
So but it does seem like they're doing it in a different way. So I'm kind of interested in seeing those ships. Also, like from the art that they had. Okay.
Sure, about to see them.
Yeah, I think these actually look real neat.
They're big and bulbous.
So be it. To battle, Commander. Fight well. Do not fear death.
Must fight, we will fight, Shield.
I do actually kind of like these ships, so I'm definitely going to be interested when there is a lockbox, and whenever they'll be. I think there's. I don't think the other. Have we gotten all of the other like enemy faction ships and lockboxes yet?
Oh, from the temporal stuff?
Yeah. Because I know we've got sphere builders.
I have to go back and look. We got the Nakul.
We got the sphere builders.
I think everything else.
Yeah, because like,
we got the Krenim.
Yeah, the Krenim
They were the other big
the
faction.
Krenim were something else. We got their big ship in a different bonus, so I guess maybe that was everyone. There was a quote-unquote mirror universe one, but that was kind of strange.
And we've had mirror universe ships this whole time.
Yeah, like
anyway.
mirror universe ships have been available for ages, so that's not been a problem. So yeah, I guess yeah, these are the next. I mean, I guess there are other ships that they could have a lockbox for, but they're probably going to wait for them to come back up in story.
Their weapon is artificially shielded. It leaks
Like,
chaos.
they could totally go back to Delta Rising and have us get some collective ships, you know?
Yep.
They still haven't.
Or
They still haven't done
cooperative
that.
ships.
Sorry, well, either way. But I have a feeling that they're going to wait for probably some like a different story thing before they go back to that.
Also, theoretically, because it keeps getting delayed, Star Trek Discovery is supposed to be coming out this year at some point.
Yeah, supposedly. They were recently delayed until, like, never...
TBA.
Yeah, to be announced.
Which, to be fair, it's a web series, so they don't have to abide by a fall schedule or whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it a web series because it's going on to streaming television
streaming
services,
series, that's what I meant to say.
But yes,
Yeah.
you're right. It is not beholden.
It's not like the first episode needs to be ready by October or something like that.
Yeah.
Though one would hope it would be, considering it was originally aiming for January.
Okay, yeah, so then Kathy.
They're big and angry.
They walk the path of violence. Guess what? So do I.
I mean, if these guys want to have some violence, I will show them some violence.
Oh yeah, believe me and violence were very well acquainted. Except, oops, I'm stupid.
Do you not have any weapons equipped?
I had the Klingon fishing gauntlet still equipped.
Whoops.
Now I've got my sniper rifle. It's okay.
I am currently in combat, so I need to sort of pop out so I can change my weapon. Is that what I want to be? Yes, that is what I want to use. Come on, let me...
So these dudes are pretty big.
There we go. Yeah, they kind of remind me of, like, I kind of want to say, like, the enemies from Gears of War.
Yeah, they actually are. Thinking now that you mentioned, they are actually pretty similar to the Locusts.
Yeah, I couldn't say a specific one because I don't really play those games, but like I totally seen those designs.
It's mostly that the... I have to re-equip my rainbow lasers too. It's mostly that Gears of War 4, which recently came out, has enemies that are essentially exactly the same as the Locusts without being the Locusts.
Yeah, I've heard about
pretty...
that. I've heard about that.
I have not. Yeah, I've not played Gears of War 4, but that's... I heard that. I'm like, way to be imaginative, guys.
We will meet them in glorious battle.
Also, you know what? Let's...
Speaking of rainbow lasers,
put on my Tron armor.
I did get my own set of rainbow lasers.
Rainbow lasers are awesome.
I just haven't started using them yet.
Did I go the totally wrong way? I totally went the wrong way.
Yeah, you probably went the... Yeah, you went the wrong way.
Okay, it's fine. So either my rainbow lasers or my Tron armor. But speaking of, I don't think I'm as crazy about the new reputation armor as...
Oh yeah?
Design-wise at least. It's not Tron armor.
Aww. Oh, so apparently here's something that would make me really want to get these guys as lockbox. They use Tetrion weapons.
Oh yeah, I guess you would like that.
Yeah, I've just always really liked the Tetrion energy type.
Because they're blue. Blue lasers are nice.
Blue lasers are really nice, and also like I've always liked what their power effect
proc is.
Yeah.
The protonator bomb is still ahead of us.
All right, so I kind of alluded to this earlier, and I'll just talk about it now. But as part of the new kit module R&D, Cryptic has added a new type of module that you can fit into your kit frames, and essentially they're passive bonuses. So some of the ones that they've given examples of are like effects where it is basically the same as your regular powers, except they just trigger automatically, or they're like in an aura around you, like happening all the time. So that's actually like kind of rad.
So you set it and forget it.
Pretty much. Like I actually would really like to get a few of those, because that's kind of the way I like to play a lot of these types of games. Like I like to have a lot of passive powers.
Yeah, someone who's incredibly lazy, I like passive powers.
But like in addition to that, like some of them actually sound really cool, and I think there actually are a few of those in the new lockbox, if I remember right. or are part of the new reputation, one or the other.
Also, apparently, my inventory is full.
Uh-oh.
Let's fix that.
Trail ends here. I'm reading Zencath.
I'm reading a tunnel behind that waterfall. One that leads to the cave. Move swiftly, and we can take them by surprise.
Have I mentioned how much I love Tony Todd as a voice actor? As an actor in general, but as a voice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, he's an amazing voice.
Look, they've set up the protomatter bomb in here. But we'll need to clear the Zencathi from the cave before we can do anything about the bomb.
They only left a few guards. They clearly did not notice the sentry.
Okay, good enough for now. Okay, I'm catching up to do sneaky Metal Gear Solid type stuff. Around the nuclear weapon. I mean the proto-matter weapon. So we're totally eventually going to get one of these, right?
Oh my. That is a huge project.
Actually, one of the special powers of the Lukari anniversary ship is a proto-matter thing. In fact, I think that's their ship trait.
Yeah.
It's some sort of thing where you gain this proto-matter power as you use powers, and it gives you boosts.
Defend the Lukari!
I'd have to look at like specifics again, but that's kind of fascinating.
For honor! For the Empire!
Oh yeah, these guys have abilities that make them invulnerable. They're totally remind me of the Voth.
Also, I'm kind of...
Also, they're giant and kind of reptilian-ish. So,
yeah, I'm also kind of interested in their special ability for some of them, where when you defeat them, they summon a drone. That's actually kind of interesting.
Shutting down pylon beta now.
Does it seem to be like a timed invincibility, or is it generated by something?
that I wasn't telling. I think it might be...
I'll have to take a look the next time one
I need
of
to
them.
see which one's doing it, too, because I'm not used to their names yet.
Yeah, I'll have to see once when we see another one that does it.
Pylon gamma is down. We're all clear.
It's not the
Are
crap.
we?
Huh?
So she just gave a call out saying that pylon gamma is done. I'm like, no.
Meter doesn't say it is. On the other hand, I don't know. She seems pretty smart,
Yeah.
and she's super nice too. You know, she's like, she's happy to be out here.
Oh yeah. She just really wants to be here.
We may not hear specifically with the, Zencathi, but like out exploring.
I know that before we started recording, Mecca had noticed that there seems to be a new set of sector callouts, and it's
Yes,
it's her
for the
making captain's logs basically, which is pretty cool.
and it seems specifically for the Alpha Quadrant,
yeah.
which I don't know if Nimoy actually did any of those before.
He had a few for the Alpha Quadrant.
Okay.
It's done. All the bombs are deactivated. We can... wait.
Word from the core. Zenkethi ships are...
Well, now that we've saved this planet from being eliminated, let's take out this fleet.
Can we use the weapons of mass destruction on the fleet?
Probably not.
I'm just kidding. Weapons of mass destruction are no fun. It's better do it yourself, up close and personal. It's more satisfying that way.
Alliance vessels. I am Fleet Admiral Arenzen Tarak. As you know,
We do not recognize your claims, Zenkethi. Your forces have murdered millions.
then your choice is made. The path of violence.
Fight now!
Oh well, if they want the path of violence.
I love walking the path of violence. Why else would I name my ship after, a guard dog from hell? The ship seems to be immune. I don't see anything like doing it drone-wise or anything, or summon-wise.
Alright, well that one is probably internal. Like it's its own special effect. And like that is something that the boss did a bunch of. They definitely had a lot of ships that like to either make certain facings or their entire ship invincible.
This is far from over. The Zenkethi will not be denied.
Let them flee. Let them run to their masters. And you may be right. They may return, bring their protomatter weapon with them. Should that day come, I hope to meet them in battle once more with a warrior like you.
I hope there's lots more Tony Todd coming up.
But for
That
now,
would be pretty
I must
nice.
return to
There was a story blog post not that long ago where basically Rodek was involved in the training of some of the Lukari folks, and he seems to be very involved in making sure that they are ready for space travel.
He's like the mean drill sergeant.
Yeah, actually, he kind of is. And there's actually a pretty neat bit in that story. I actually really liked it a lot. Like I've said this a bunch of times. Like Cryptic has really been on the ball when it comes to their story blogs over the last couple of years. Like for a while, it was kind of like whatever. But like it's actually been getting like pretty fascinating.
Have a protomatter bomb.
Yeah.
All
Well, they've
goes
built up a
lies.
pretty good
No one in the Alliance is comfortable
universe
with
of
Zenkethi
stuff.
having a
Yeah.
recent
I mean, they've
genocide.
built off what was there before.
What happened to those planets could happen to any world in Alliance space. We
And a lot of
need
it
to know
is
more
kind of,
about it and how it stopped.
fanficky, but
Yeah,
We need to know
like
more about
that
those
is
crystals you
definitely to
mentioned
be
as well.
fair.
If they're the key to these
but
attacks, we need
I-
to know.
also to be fair, it's it's an MMO, so it's going to be like that no matter what.
Yeah. But I felt that like they've been doing a very good job at making sure that they set up for what's happening in the game itself as well. Like it is opportunities for them to talk about things that they don't necessarily have the time or space to talk about inside the game. Like basically like a little bit about how the Lukari and the Klingons are training together. Like there's no room for that to be a mission. You know?
No.
So yeah, that was Science and Portents. That was
Of Science and Portents.
Yep, you're right. That was actually pretty neat, and
It was.
I like what they're
I like
what they're setting up.
Yeah, I like Zenkathy.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of them. I think that'll be it for us this week. Next time, we're going to go take a look at the new queued missions, which are actually available from around here as well.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at them yet, but they sound kind of interesting. So
That'll be
we'll see
2
them.
weeks or next week.
Should be next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got stuff happening next
He's
week,
got
but
work stuff.
I should actually be available on the day that we normally do recording.
Okay.
So I'm looking.
Cobra's acting up again. Don't worry about it. They just, I don't know. They're reviving dinosaurs with robots or something.
But in any case, that'll be it for us for this week.
Yep.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.